So now we are going to work on our placket. So the placket is the piece which goes in the back so that it opens up so that you've got enough room for the child's body to go inside. So it's going to open on here, and on your pattern it will tell you the size of the placket you will need for your age child's dress. Okay, so you should have a long piece of fabric like this, okay, just like that, and that'll be your placket, and we're going to put that on to here. Okay, so for the 2-year-old it is a 3.5 or 9 centimeter placket. So this is the middle of my fabric here. I'm just going to put it at 3.5, and I'm just going to mark where the end of that is. So that's coming there. I'm going to sew right down from here down to there, and then turn it, and then as close as I possibly can I'm going to come back up the other side, just like that. So I've got the line, I don't know if you can see, it's very faint. I'm just going to come in and I'm going to do back stitch. I'm going to come all the way down. So from here I'm just going to do one back stitch. Okay, turn it all the way around. I'm going to come all the way back down that there. So we're just going to come just a tiny bit to the side. Okay, and then I'm going to come down straight. To come down so that you're not actually touching that line. There we go. Okay, and just do back stitch. There we go. So here you have it. Look, and I've just stitched. You should be able to see, but I've just stitched down in there, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut it down the middle of those stitches. Very carefully. I don't want to go over those stitches at all. Those stitches will just stop it from pulling out too much, because we're going to be working on this. Okay, so here we have the placket and we're going to pop it in. So I'm taking my placket and I'm going to lay it on the board like this, and then I'm going to take my skirt, so I'm placing it so that its wrong side is on the top. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to place it along there so it's sitting on just like that, and then I'm going to pin it all the way. So just put some pins into it. That's it. You want it so that you're just coming in just the tiniest little bit as you come down, and that will make it easier to get around that corner. So I've got it nice and tight like that. Can you see how I've placed this piece down? I've got my fold here and I've got my fold here, and I've got that pin in the center, and it's running in the center and it's touching in the bottom of that there, but it's not touching either of those folded pieces there. I've got this piece so it's laying nice and straight. We're going to come in and we're going to stitch all the way, do a back stitch here, stitch down here until we get to here, and we're going to lift that so that that fold is folded in that direction. We're going to come right in and we're going to put a stitch right in there. Okay, and then we're going to lift our needle, move our fabric over, and we're going to put a stitch in, and we want it to be in there, not on that folded piece at all. Okay, we're going to do 1 or 2 stitches in the center there, and then we're going to do the same on this side. We're going to flip it back over and we're going to put our needle down so it's sitting in there on the side of that piece of fabric. Okay, and then we're going to come along, keeping this piece at the top straight, stitch along the edge there till we get to here, and then we're going to put a back stitch. So I'm going to come down here now and sew all across the placket. So come in, do back stitch. Okay, and we're going to come in reasonably close to this edge. Okay, and all the way down, like that. When we get to here, I know it looks like it's going to get all creased up, but it won't. Okay. Again, make sure that's just straight. I can see there's a lump of something underneath it. Let's just put it flat. That's better. Okay, we're just going to come down. Okay, and then we're going to lift it up and lift that needle up, and then we're going to take it and just move it that tiniest bit so it's in between those two pieces, like that. Okay, pop it down again, and then you're going to pull this side so that it's straight, and you're going to come and do one stitch, and then you're going to lift it again, and then you're going to fold that piece right back, and you're going to come and do another stitch on the other side. Okay, and then around all the way up. There we go. And finish it with that stitch. Okay. There you go. Take that to the iron and press that. So once you've pressed it so that it's flat, you're going to then come in and press it about 1/2 inch all the way along. So it's folded under about 1/2 inch all the way. And then we are going to take it and we're going to fold it so that it sits, once you've got that 1/2 inch nicely folded there, you're going to take it and you're going to fold it so that it sits directly on top of that stitch, where the stitch is there. So you've got your stitches here, and you're going to fold it over like that, and then you're going to press that down straight just like that. Okay, this will be your left side. Okay, so this piece on the top, if you're looking at it this way and the ruffles are down the bottom here, you want this piece here on the top to be on the right side. This side you're just going to stitch across like that, whereas on this side, where it would come like that, you're going to want to fold your placket back under, because on a girl we always put left over right, so that would be that. This is going to be your left because you're going to whiz it around. Okay, so we're going to just stitch across just here, just on this piece. I'm going to stitch across just on this piece at the top here, from here to here, and then back stitch and stop. And then once you've done that, you're going to take this piece of the skirt here, of the placket here, and this is the piece which is at the very bottom. Okay, so there's your placket, it opens up. Then you're going to take that piece in the middle there, folded that in half, and you've got this piece, and we are going to stitch from here in a diagonal, just down like so. You've got our placket laid in there, and we're just going to come across and do a 1/4 inch at the top, and we're just going to do a holding stitch at the top there on that one. And I'll just hold that, you don't. Alright. So here it is, one continuous little placket run all the way down, and that will sit beautifully like that, one on top of the other, just like that there. So the next thing we're going to do is put in 2 rows of gathering stitches, and we're going to start from the very edge here of our placket. We're not going to put the gathering stitches into the placket at all, we're going to start from there, and then we're going to go all the way, right the way round. When you get to your French seams, you want to push them so they're facing backwards. Okay, so then bring it around, and you're going to stop your gather stitch just here like that. So let's go to the machine, and we're going to do our 2 rows of gathering stitches. Remember, do not put a back stitch in when you're doing a gathering stitch. So we're going to move our stitches up to the biggest stitch we've got. Okay, and we're not going to put any tacking stitches onto our placket, because so we're going to start on our placket and we're going to finish on our placket. So I'm just going to pop it in there. Okay, and we're going to do the biggest stitch we've got. We're running in the middle, and we're going to run all the way down 1/4 inch. There we go, nearly there. And we're going to stop when we get to this placket. So place that on, and you can see that that's going to come slightly below. All right. Oh, right. I went over the placket. Don't worry, I can unpick it. You don't want to put it on the placket. I'm getting tired now. I'm going to stop after I've done this. I'm going to stop just as you get to your placket. And we're just going to gather the top of the skirt so that it will meet up and fit the same size as your bodice. So that is our little skirt part of the dress all finished.